You are listening to the Anfield Humidor podcast, where I'm back, so the listener count will go up. I'm joined by Brian, the host of the show. Take it away, Brian.
All right, guys. Van Dijk sent frustration down the spines of Genk supporters as Liverpool went on to win 2-1 at Anfield. What's the matter with Samata? What's the matter?
Nothing.
Nothing. He scored.
He had a good goal.
Nothing's wrong with him. I just wanted to say, what's the matter? What's the matter?
What's the matter?
You know,
that was my joke.
I know.
And you said it wasn't funny.
Maybe he's got a headache. Get it?
You should take some Bayer aspirin. Call back.
But I'm saying maybe he's got a headache from heading the ball, and maybe that's what's the matter.
Beautiful header.
Maybe that's what's the matter with him. Okay. Excuse me. Despite Liverpool's changes to the personnel and shape of the starting 11, the Reds put in a decent effort that they can kind of be proud of.
Yeah.
Proud?
Kind of.
Yeah,
proud. 3 points.
We'll get into that.
3 points.
Yeah, 3 points, baby. We'll get into that game chat in a second. We got Poetry in Motion. We got a Champions League overview and a segment today called Ale.
Quotes.
What was that again? Ale. Quotes. Stay tuned, everybody. So much crap. All right, Andrew.
What's up?
We're back into the podcast mode. We missed you last week.
We,
Meaning me and the empty chair.
the empty chair.
And the heater between my balls.
It's cold out here, man.
This is your first time with the heater.
This
is the heater. His name is Steve. Steve the heater.
You had Steve in between.
He's just a little oil heater sitting between us right now. Because we are in a semi-professional studio that may or may not be in my cold garage.
Gay Raj.
It's getting cold here in New Jersey. All right, let's get into real fake news. Enough of this nonsense.
The real fake news, where we read you Liverpool headlines from Liverpool, but it's by two dumb Americans on the other side of the globe. Some are real.
Some are fake.
You decide.
You decide.
As I cut you off.
Yeah, that's all
four
right.
more times.
That's right. That's what it's all about. That's what this podcast is all about. All right, I'm going to go first, guys. Here we go. Liverpool will play in shirts embellished with poppies when they host Manchester City at Anfield on Remembrance Sunday. The team will sign their jerseys, worn to commemorate those who have sacrificed themselves to secure and protect our freedom, after this weekend's match, and donate them to the Royal British Legion for auction to raise funds for the Poppy Appeal. Poppy Appeal?
The Poppy Appeal.
Do we know anything about that?
Sacrificed themselves to secure their freedom.
What did I say?
We're Americans. They didn't secure our freedom.
That's a good point.
We secured our freedom from them.
Yeah, we left. We left. The British are coming! The British are coming!
All right, guys, to keep going.
Oh, my goodness.
The Liverpool chef strikes again with another massive blow to the side. It's reported the whole team got salmonella poisoning from an undercooked chicken piccata that was served shortly after Liverpool's Tuesday match against Genk. Liverpool's starting 11 are expected to still be puking and pooping during our clash with Man City. The club is currently experimenting with new sporty diapers that the players can wear during the match. Fabinho in a diaper.
Van Dijk in a diaper.
He's got the haircut to wear a diaper.
Would Van Dijk's bun, we talked about his bun in a poem.
Yeah.
His little pube.
Call back.
His little pube bun. Would that mess the diaper up? Okay, enough of this. All right, here we go. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's outrageous strike against Genk has won Liverpool's October Goal of the Month award. What a goal that was. Oh, my goodness. The number 21 produced a sublime outside-of-the-boot finish for his second goal in the Reds' 4-1 Champions League victory in Belgium. We knew that was going to be a top goal when we saw it. Go ahead, Andrew. Empty space.
Sorry, I was reading it.
Empty
Cool
space
stat.
on a radio show. Go ahead.
Sorry, my fault. Due to pushback from players, managers, and fans, the Premier League is starting to overhaul. What is this?
Overhaul.
Is starting to overhaul how we
misspelled.
use VAR.
Can you tell what the real and fake news are? Go ahead.
The league proposes that we stop play every 3 minutes and have a team of experts review each 3-minute segment. After the 3-minute review, the VAR room will send a mass text poll to the whole stadium and have the fans vote on each situation. The games will last 8 hours long, but at least the complaining will subside. Having 50,000 to 60,000 fans at a stadium for 8 hours will wreak havoc on the plumbing, but that's a separate issue.
I don't know. Listen. I wrote these late last night. What do you expect?
Real fake news. Real fake news.
All right, so now we're gonna walk into what is this? Least favorite club and why?
I know. I
Explain.
wrote that because I just wanted to ask you. We're not doing a top 3, worst 3 anymore.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
for the time being.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know the season. We're a good way into the season.
11 games.
11 games in.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite club this season?
United.
Why United?
Because they suck.
Okay.
And they're United. Anything else?
Well, mine's Tottenham.
I also really hate United because that's where we drop points.
Is Man United?
Did we really have to drop points there? I mean, we talked about how at the end of that game we were happy with that point, but come on.
You're so skeptical of a question. You're
I'm
like,
not-
all right, before we get into the pre-motion, okay, I have a system and a schedule. But what is this? What is this blurb on my outline of podcast? You're so mean.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't work for you,
Let me
Brian.
ask.
I don't work for you.
Let me ask you a question. Is
I'm
it
my own man, Brian.
is it hard to be friends with me?
It's impossible sometimes. You're
Speaking to the mic.
You're a 4 foot. Stop telling me what to do. That's it. That's right. Like, you're a 4'10" dude. I could crush you, but I still listen to you. You still tell me what to do, and I listen. I go, okay, Brian.
That
sounds good.
That's your fault that you listen.
I'm so desperate to be your friend.
And let me just say, you said you can crush me.
Oh yeah.
It would never happen.
Why? Why could I not beat you in a fight?
You would never catch me. You'd never catch me. I'd be gone.
You'd gas out. You got to
No.
sleep soon.
I'd gas
I
out.
don't sleep. I have insomnia. You sleep for 9 hours a night,
That's a
cuddled
good
up
point.
under your pillow.
Speaking of insomnia, Insomniac, David Tell show. You got to watch that.
Yeah, it's great.
You watched it?
Great show.
It's a great
show. David Tell is the best stand-up comedian
Oh, he's unbelievable.
alive today.
yeah. I figured you'd like
Tell
that
me
show.
I'm wrong. I'm not saying you agree, but I'm saying tell me I'm wrong. David Tell, best stand-up comedian right now? Alive?
No.
Who's better? Don't tell me Todd Barry.
Louis C.K.
Is he performing again?
He is.
That's good. He finally put his penis away?
He did.
Can you
well,
say,
who
can
knows?
Can you say penis?
I don't know what happens behind closed doors. But he is the best. He is the best. All right, what's your least favorite club?
Tottenham.
And explain.
They end people's careers.
Do you think Gomez has called do you think he's called Son up, tell him to stop crying yet?
I mean, Gomez didn't cry when he broke his ankle.
No, he didn't cry. Son wept like a little child. Granted, it was a brutal thing to happen.
Tottenham. Tottenham's my or Tottenham, or how do you say it?
Tottenham.
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 How do they say it with a scouse?
I don't know.
All right, let's bring up the pre-post match stats recap. You got to pull that up while I read it. So it's time for our pre-match stats brought to you by the Instagram account Liverpool Goals. Good
Yep.
account. Give it a follow.
All right, we're gonna read the pre-match stats and compare them, right, to
Yeah.
the what actually happened.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In all European competition, we are unbeaten in 23 games at Anfield since losing 3-0 to Real Madrid in October 2014 in the UEFA Champions League.
24
Now. 24. There you go.
It's my recap.
There you go.
You read them, I'll recap.
Perfect. Genk's only away European visit to England was in October 2011 when they were beaten 5-0 at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea in the UCL group stages. Genk's only away European visit to England was in October. So this is an away European visit.
And they still haven't won.
Still haven't won.
Next.
Okay. Our only previous meeting versus Genk was on match day 3 of this season's UCL. Interesting. Ending in a 4-1 win at the Luminous Arena.
So we won 2-1. So our entire meeting record with them is 6-2.
Okay.
Right?
Good. Yeah, you're right. And 2 wins.
Yeah, 6-2 and 2 wins.
Since the start of the 2017-18 season, the only player involved in more UCL goals than our duo Bobby and Salah is Ronaldo. Ugh.
All right. I'm not even going to recap
Yeah,
that.
don't
stat.
even. I can't even. Why?
The account's great, but
Don't
Ronaldo
mention Ronaldo.
needs to go away.
He does seem like a fun guy, though. All right. You ready to get it cold?
No, I'm touching Steve.
You touched
Steve the heater.
Steve the heater.
Steve the heater.
All right, let's talk about this game, this 2-1 victory over Genk at Anfield. Let's start off with the overall issues with the game. You know, I hate to start off negative, but let's start off with the overall issues. And I'll say that we were relentless like we have been this season at times. Sometimes we have been.
The last 4 games it's been.
Yeah, we've been fairly relentless. Trent's been on the ball a lot more, which is great. He's been getting the crosses in, but forget about Trent. There's a lot of other good things about this game. But we're relentless and we're just not finishing. We're just not finishing our chances, or as Jurgen Klopp would say, our situations. We're not finishing our situations, as he would say. So that's my biggest issue with this game. You know, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, we lost the ball a lot.
We did.
We lost the ball a lot in some clutch spots.
Yeah.
And the lack of chances. There wasn't a lack of chances.
No.
There was not a lack of chances. The lack of capitalization on those chances. Like, I've been watching the last 3 games that Liverpool's played. It's like, should we not have won 5-1 every game? Like, there's so many. Salah's always in the right spot, and I know that we played this game without 2 of our 3 strikers, and we still won, and they still played great, and Ox was incredible.
Yeah.
But you want to see those chances capitalized on. That's what wins the Premier League.
And imagine we lose the ball that much, right? Imagine that was against a different side. That was Genk who couldn't. I mean, Genk should have scored a couple of their chances that they didn't. That was down to some good Alisson saves, but they should have capitalized on our mistakes. You know, Ox, I know he was great this game, but he kind of did at least once, if not a couple times, he did his usual really good run, and then at the end, nothing comes of that. He loses the ball, and the ball was lost in some pretty bad positions.
Yeah.
Just some off, the passes were off. That happens. But
I mean, our midfield kind of saved us that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good game. I'm just saying, I'm starting off with the issues.
You talk about the bad stuff.
I'm talking about
and then
the
we'll
bad
talk about the high stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing bad I have to say.
That's
to be quite honest.
That's what you do as a parent, as a coach, you talk about the bad stuff first, and then you end on praises.
You sure about that? Because this is the way I like it. Talk about the good stuff, then the bad stuff, then the good stuff.
Yeah, but that's because you're,
I'm insecure.
Soft. You're soft. Get the bad stuff out of the way and then end on a praise.
Yeah.
So ending on the praise after those missed chances, though, Liverpool did control that ball.
Yeah.
The pass counts. I wish I don't have the stats up, but the passes were outrageously favored. Just Liverpool ran that game.
Yeah.
Just by the look of it. I mean, I don't know the stat line on it yet, but great game to watch. Great midfield to watch. Remember we were talking about the midfield being boring against was it Tottenham? Tottenham. Like the midfield was like boring to watch when they let Son get all the way through.
Yeah, must have been Tottenham because it's Son.
I know, but either way, you and I a couple games ago, we were talking about how the midfield was like, this is a boring game to watch. Like the midfield, they're not. That was the opposite, total opposite this game, which is why I liked watching it so much.
Yeah, it was great. All right, so that brings me into this next point here, and this is just a quick theory I have, and I want to hear your opinion on this. So when that game started, I mean, it was clear what Genk was going to do. I mean, it was clear before it even started what they were going to do. They're obviously going to sit back. They're gonna absorb the pressure Liverpool gives them, and they're gonna pass the ball to Samata. What's Samata? We're gonna pass to him, or who? What's I forget the other guy's name. The tall offender. So they're gonna sit back. But what
kind of offender?
What's up?
What kind of offender? Like a
tall
sexual
one.
Offender?
No, like a tall attacking offender.
Oh,
sexual offenders. We already mentioned Louis C.K. in the beginning. Even though he's not a sexual offender.
R.I.P.
No allegations. No jail time. Okay. So my theory. Here's my theory. Genk sat back, and I feel that Liverpool don't exactly do well against teams that sit back. Like, we have Man City coming up this Sunday, and you almost feel that that's going to actually play into Liverpool's advantage, because Liverpool, we play very direct football, and when a team sits back like Genk does, we almost don't know what to do with the ball. It's almost reminiscent of what Barca. It happens to Barca sometimes. People what they call park the bus against Barca.
Yeah. You get up a goal.
Yeah, and Barca's so used to that they normally find a way around that. But sometimes they don't. And it seemed like in the beginning of the game, it was very slow. I don't know. Liverpool looked lazy. Genk looked lazy. It was just like it was different than I'm used to watching.
Okay. So what's your question?
Here's my theory. At one point during that slowness, Trent picked up the ball before Genk had a chance to get back. Everyone was in position. You couldn't call it a counterattack by any stretch of the imagination. But Trent got the ball, and instead of waiting for Genk to get back, even though, again, it wasn't a counterattack, he just crossed that ball in and almost created a very dangerous chance. So when a team is going to sit back against Liverpool, I almost feel that we should treat it like they're not.
Yeah.
when you get the ball as a Liverpool player, just go for it. Obviously, the second Genk gets back, that's a different story. So when you are in that position of Genk sitting far back and we're just passing the ball around, I think we need to do more of the impossible things. Go for the back heels. Just be crazy and be prepared to lose the ball. That's okay. And you got to go for it.
You
know what I mean?
You saw that a little bit this game, though.
You
right?
did,
You
yeah,
saw
of
you saw
course.
it with Salah and Ox. You saw it with Salah and Wijnaldum. That one beautiful little back heel cross. Like I almost want to say that even when Liverpool they do have difficulty getting the ball like in play sometimes when teams park back and they just defend outside the 18. Like you see their crosses all fall through. And then we
eventually just lose the ball trying something, which is kind of what I'm saying. We should keep trying that, but do it faster.
But what I like about that mentality though, and what Klopp does with these guys is we have so much attacking power in our midfield too. Right. Like we have so many heavy hitters, and then you have a game like this with all offense. Like you have Keita, you have Ox. You don't have that defensive mindness of Henderson in there. And I know we had Wijnaldum, which is great.
Yeah. But
you with all those, and then not to mention Trent and Robbo or Milner in this past game, they come up. So now you have. I'm all about let a team park the bus. If I have Robertson and Trent on the field, and then I have, and mind you, this game didn't have our three strikers.
Yeah.
So and then you have Firmino, Mane, and Salah, and the team's gonna park the bus. Let them park the bus. Let them park the bus.
I know. I agree with that. I'm just saying they parked the bus. We only won 2-1.
Yeah.
And that was because of our finishing in the situations, as Klopp would say.
The situations.
So that was just my quick theory.
Yeah, no, I like the theory.
If you're gonna get the just go for it fast. Forget about passing the ball back and forth. I know you have to do that to get a rest and things of that nature. But
talking about this though on this Sunday, Man City's not going to park the bus.
Nope.
So we're gonna have a lot of chances. Yeah. A lot of chances.
It's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be back and forth, I imagine.
This Genk game, like some of the most exciting moments were counterattacks. Like you saw a counterattack and you hear like commentators like, all right, and now Liverpool's on the counterattack, and now Genk's on the counterattack.
Yeah, it was especially towards the end. It was the midfield was non-existent. It was open.
Love that.
What I mean? Yeah,
Love
me
that.
too.
It makes high energy soccer.
It does.
Football.
It
sorry,
does.
Sorry, Scousers.
And there's nothing more fun than having that high energy game against a team like City. Where we're just back and forth.
I'm excited.
And if we're in a back and forth battle, you got to give it to Liverpool. Like I said, I'd call City a better attacking side. But man, we got a solid defense. So that back and forth.
Do we? Because now I want to talk about it. You brought it up. Do we?
We do.
Liverpool's conceded that one goal at least every game.
Yeah.
And the majority of our wins we've come from behind. The
majority or just some?
No, the majority of our wins this season we've come from behind.
Interesting.
They score it's something outrageous. I was listening to it the commentators were talking during the game. I was listening on BR. But do we have an amazing defense?
I think yes.
The best in the league?
Oh, by far. Yeah, for sure. I think we do. It's just been it just hasn't been as good of late. But it's still great. We still did some great defensive things that game. But the game we just played against Genk, that was a completely it's not a new starting 11. Obviously, a lot of players who play every week are there, but the midfield is obviously a huge part of the game, and we just completely changed the midfield by adding Keita and Ox, and then the front three. You know what I mean? Origi, Salah, and Ox, I guess, or whatever.
So
I'm saying we had a lot of changes that game.
Who's our strongest back four right now?
Henderson.
Van
Dijk, Matip, who's injured.
Matip.
Yeah, so that's a problem. And then Arnold and Robertson by far.
Arnold, Robertson. I agree. Virgil. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Best in soccer.
And that gets us. Let's get right into our next point here, and let's talk about Virgil that game. And you're posing the question of, do we have the best defense? Yes, we do. And Van Dijk that game, I saw a couple interesting things on the player ratings for those games. You go on these websites, Twitter, some of these pundits give player ratings, and I saw it both ways. I saw someone give Van Dijk a 6.5. I saw someone give Van Dijk an 8, like a really high rating. And I watched that game. I have to say, Van Dijk was great.
I thought he had a great game.
I thought he was great. Obviously he missed a couple of his finishes,
I think that's the reason for the lower ratings.
It possibly is.
I think it is because he doesn't get a lot of chances.
Right.
So when you see those chances, and mind you, you're unmarked on a corner.
Yeah, and he was hired for his defensive capabilities and his potential heading. Height. Yeah, and his height and heading as well. But his distribution was on point. On point. He had a couple of those right-footed long balls. We talked about long balls previous podcast, and they obviously didn't get in the way this time because he was he was on fire with that long, kind of chippy, powerful backspin pass that spins outside. You know what I mean? Chippy. So anyway, his distribution was great, and then his defense really good, positionally really good. Again, Van Dijk, when he's on, he makes the game look boring, like we spoke about the midfield before. He tracked a lot of great runs that game and just shut a couple potential counterattacks down by it's boring looking, but the ball is passed through the defense, and he's there to just block off the defender, kick it back to Alisson. Yep. He did that quite a few times. Do
you think that Virgil van Dijk's performance is underappreciated? Like, do you think we're bored of it?
Yeah.
Like, he's so good, and
I do. Know what I'm saying? I do. I think
it for granted almost.
I think Van Dijk, we take him for granted. I mean, people still praise his name.
Oh,
constantly.
No, for sure.
But yes, we are potentially starting to take him for granted, considering he has made some mistakes this season as opposed to last season. And who else is turning into that type of player? Fabinho.
Yeah, number one. I think he's the best player on Liverpool right now.
He is. I agree with you. He's one of the best players, if not the best.
I asked you that
right?
before we started recording. I said, "Who's the best player on Liverpool?" You go performance-wise. Fabinho.
Yeah. If you, it used to be Van Dijk, potentially, and now Fabinho's kind of stepping up, and he's like, man, he's a guy you got to have. He's a guy you got to have in midfield.
Is he only as successful as he is because Virgil's behind him?
No, he's a maniac.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
He's like Van Dijk in the sense of Van Dijk has that really good anticipation. When Van Dijk steps up and cuts a pass off, when the defender's the offender, he gets right in front of him and cuts that pass off. Fabinho does that a lot. He does that a lot. He gets in the way of the passes.
Not afraid to foul either.
Not afraid to foul. And he doesn't foul. I mean, he's on 4 yellow cards in the Premier League.
That's what I'm saying. He's not afraid. But
yeah.
Yellow card, it's not a goal conceded.
Yeah,
take it if you have to.
And he didn't, he didn't play, but so he didn't play at the Aston Villa game. So he didn't get that 5th yellow card, which would be a ban for a game. So we're going to have him for City, which is very, very important. But yeah, Van Dijk getting slightly underrated, and I think Fabinho is kind of filling that position, the underrated position, even though people love him. You know what I mean?
So good though.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
So good.
So we talked about Van Dijk and Fabinho. Let's talk about Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah, a gift from Allah. Okay.
Let's talk about his performance. What's up?
Came from... Oh, I was still going.
Roma to Liverpool.
What about his performance?
It was good.
He's always scoring, except for this game.
So, all right. So that's a great point, Andrew. He didn't score this game. But besides his finishing, I thought he was great.
I'll take an assist. Yeah, an assist.
Yeah. Talk about his performance.
The chances he makes. What did that one? We were just reading a couple rankings on it. What did it say? He was annoying, right?
Yeah.
He used the word of he was annoying to the other team. How many chances he makes on offense he controls the speed of the attack every single time.
Oh, well, you know what?
Constant menace. That was it.
Forget that. That's the quote. That's our quote of the day.
No, it's not. Our quote of the day is on Ox.
No, it's Mo.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's Mo. Look.
No.
It's on Mo. Let's read it.
All right, so today's quote of the day. Quotes. So our quote of the day, we're going to tuck that inside of our game chat section here. It's from Sam007 Stir.
0007 Stir.
Sorry, but it's from the LFC transfer room.
So Samster, but 0007 is in the middle of Sam and Stir. And yeah, he's a writer for the LFC transfer room.
It says, Salah, so this is a quote on Salah, was a constant menace and was unlucky not to score 2 or 3. Scuffed a brilliant opening to make it 3-1 and settle the tie.
Keep going.
We didn't win 3-1.
No, he's saying scuffed the brilliant opening to make it
3-1. I'm sorry. And settle the tie. Looks as if he's shaking off ankle problem.
You could say that. Niggling ankle problem.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means? You never heard that?
Which is taking its toll on the Egyptian recently. A new breath of life in the Egyptian season just before the biggest game of the season. I don't know. Listen, man, I'm trying to do something with this podcast someday. I don't need him thinking I'm racist. Any word that starts like that, I'm not reading.
I hear you. That's smart. Very smart. Very smart.
He's shaking off an ankle problem. That's what I'm going to read.
Yeah.
So on the point though, I think that's a great quote. He was a constant menace.
He was.
And people are like, okay, Salah, where's your 54 goals in one season? Okay, listen, he makes his presence known on that field. Every time Salah's on that field, chances are made. And guess what? We won 2-1. We won 2-1, and he was a part of it.
Huge part.
He gave that assist to Wijnaldum, beautifully placed.
To Ox.
To Ox.
Yep.
Beautifully placed assist.
Yeah. He was great.
What else do you want?
He was great that game.
A game with when his two co-strikers are not featured, like the ability. You know how hard that must be for him.
People he doesn't
play with.
He trains with them, but he's not on the field with them, and it's a different.
You know
situation.
how well him and Mane work.
Oh, it's
Mane talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He goes, you never know what Mo's going to do, but he does it, and you're there.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then you have Firmino.
If you're with Mo on the field, you make that run because you don't know what he's going to do.
So get off him. If somebody's if anyone says that he had a bad game, any score under a 7 that game, come on.
I agree.
That's an assist to a win. That's 3 points. That's a win.
And I heard one guy saying in a post-match analysis, he was saying how back when he played, I guess for Roma, or five years ago when he was playing, he wasn't as goal-hungry as he is today. He was a little more passing-minded. But look at that game. He's still very assist-minded. He really is. Even though that whole nonsense with him and Sadio, he's still, man, the amount of potential assists he had today. The one ball he let go through his legs, he flicked on, he gave the assist to Ox, obviously, and he took a couple shots on himself, which he had to. I think he's great. He's still great. He's still obviously one of the best in the world.
You are the number one starting striker for the European champions and the best football club in England right now.
Yeah.
Be goal-minded.
Of course.
Take that. Every time, take that. Like, I know that you have to, because we were talking about this when it was the Mane and Salah thing. Like, we were talking about this. He's still one of the best strikers in football right now.
Right.
He's one of the best strikers. Be goal-minded, because if you're goal-minded and you see the goals there, everyone will praise you if you make it. Yeah. But if it hits a crossbar, now all of a sudden you don't care about your team. You just care about your goals. That's not true. I think Mo makes a lot of chances. I think how creative and menacingly, like, he's just a total menace to these. How creative and how hard he is to read creates a lot of movement for the other strikers. A lot of possibilities where they can come in, because people are like, what's Salah going to do? Is he going to try to? Let's put 2 guys on. I'm going to pull off, and then look, Milner's open on the wing, so you can get the ball back out.
Yeah. He's unpredictable.
I don't know.
He's unpredictable. Look at the assist he had towards Ox this game, where I think he left with his left foot, he pulled the ball back, and with his right foot he passed it in that same direction, or I'm sorry, against that direction.
I know what
he
you're
pulled
talking
it back, and it opened up. You saw the defender. It opened up that space.
He had a wing,
completely.
or he had a line. He had a line,
and that gave Ox that second more to turn, and it's just, he's unbelievable. And we keep talking about him in these games where we're like, oh, he had a bad game, but then he comes in clinical. So you just hope he comes into form with his scoring, because today, or I'm sorry, at this game 1 day ago, he should have scored. He should have scored at least once.
He had 2 great opportunities that.
Or at least gotten on target. The one he didn't get on target. He
went for the far post, though. He went for the far post and he went wide. Yep. He's also full sprint, though.
I know.
I know.
And how about that touch to get him to the far post?
Oh, when he kicked it through the 2 defenders?
It was unbelievable. Yeah. So without Mo doing that for Mo, he wouldn't have gotten to that position. So yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable, and we need to keep praising him, which I think the cop is doing. So
I think that one of the cool things about Mo is his relationship with our other 2 strikers.
Yeah.
So Firmino and him obviously have a great relationship. The kind of touches you see them do, it's almost like they're playing pickup soccer.
Right.
Like the kind of
they're having fun out there.
For you people that don't know what pickup soccer is, it's when you play and you're not really, in a league.
It's when you play. It's when you play in your backyard.
It's a backyard soccer game. I just want to make that clear, or a backyard football game with a soccer ball. I don't know how to explain it. So, but he has that amazing relationship with Mane, and I think his best relationships on the team are Mane, Henderson, and Firmino.
Yeah,
hands down. The way they look at each other, and they're now. What about Ox?
What about him
after this game? Are they kind of forming something? I mean, they played a couple times together now.
Yeah.
He gave Ox that chance to score.
I don't know. I don't know if they're forming something, but you see potential to form something between the two of them. Because I think between the two of them, they're fairly... I know we said Mo is not predictable, but in his unpredictability-ness... That's not a word.
In his
unpredictability-ness.
In his unpredictableness.
What I'm saying is it's predictable that he's unpredictable.
So what do you do? How do you defend that?
No, forget that. All I'm saying is you have that from Mo. And from Ox, you kind of also know what Ox is going to do. Ox is going to do what he did against Genk. Take that ball and shoot it. He had a great turn. He received that ball, had a great little turn around his body, and just go for goal, which is great to see from a midfield player. We see that from Keita sometimes. That's why people want Keita on the field, because he's going to do crap like that. But, man, you can kind of see a potential relationship dwindling there between Ox and Mo, and that could be...
Growing.
Yeah.
Not dwindling.
Dwindling. I'm sorry.
Growing.
The relationship already happened, and it's already dwindling.
It's already
on the downhill. But yeah, so I'm excited to see that, and we're not going to see that if Ox doesn't play. So this upcoming Manchester City starting lineup is very interesting.
Let's go over our predictions for the starting lineups.
Okay,
and tell me if Ox is in yours.
Okay, who's going first?
I can go first.
Go ahead
if you want.
What's the lineup? Can we just? Go ahead. All
right, so Adrian. No, I'm joking. All right, so Allison.
Harvey Elliott.
Allison.
Hoover.
It'd be, and I don't know if...
You don't know his name?
No, of course I know their names.
I'm just
I know
kidding.
Their names and numbers.
Just kidding.
Allison. Robbo and Trent. Yeah. Robbo and Trent. Virgil. Lovren.
Good so far.
Lovren.
I like it
so
far.
I want Lovren in for
Gomez.
No Gomez.
Yeah, okay.
We're playing to win. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson. Salah, Mane, Ox.
Really?
Yeah, Firmino's done nothing for me the last
you're such
5
an
games
idiot.
of the season.
You're such
Why am I
an
an idiot? Why am I an idiot?
He's the best player in the world.
He is. He's our number 9. I know.
Yeah,
He's
the
great.
ball, he'll score every
He
time.
hasn't scored 4 of his last games.
It's not about scoring, bro.
But Ox has, and it is. It is against Man City. It is against Man City.
Okay, can I piggyback off of what you said?
No, I want your starting lineup first,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about it. Then we'll piggyback.
My starting lineup is the exact same you just picked, except get rid of Ox and put in Firmino.
Same lineup.
Same
Like
lineup.
same
Yep.
back four, same midfield?
Same back four. That midfield you picked is perfect.
Oh, that's our winning midfield.
Hendo, Fabinho is what we need. That's what we need against City.
And I hope Henderson has a horrible first half, so he blows up second half like he did last time.
But, if you're going to put Ox in as a striker or, not necessarily a striker, but...
He was in as a striker today.
What's up?
He was in as a striker.
I know, but was he in as a striker?
Yes.
Are we sure about that?
Who else would have been in as striker?
I don't know.
This last game. Wijnaldum?
I don't know. No, Adrian. He's a good striker.
Why is and I like that we're disagreeing right now because we always agree. It's kind of boring.
I know, it is stupid.
Why?
It's so funny. We always agree on the podcast. In real life,
no,
we disagree on almost about everything.
You're not my boss. Leave me alone. Why is Ox in for Firmino a bad call? Does Ox not deserve that? Look at his performance his last starts. Does he not deserve?
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
And I might be way out in left field. Nobody comments or tweets at us about this stuff when we ask you to. But if I'm out in left field, just hashtag Andrew's an idiot.
Yeah.
Hashtag Andrew's an idiot when you tweet us or post on our Instagram because maybe I'm an idiot. But
just do that anyway. All the time. Hashtag Andrew's an idiot. Okay.
But why does Ox not deserve that?
I think as a whole, he deserves it.
4 goals.
But I'm just saying that the team I want to field against City is the team that Klopp, I believe, has the most trust in. And I don't know, you can't have Firmino out of that game. I think what you say, I think we keep the lineup I said, forget Ox, put in Firmino, okay? And then see how it goes, obviously. A good 65th minute substitution is Salah for Origi, possibly. And then you bring in Ox as well.
I want Salah
you bring
on
in
the field
you bring in
full
Ox.
90s.
You bring in Ox for maybe Wijnaldum, depending on what we're looking for. Maybe Hendo, depending on what we're looking for. But no, I think we go with the classic lineup.
That's the way that Klopp's going to do it.
He is.
I know. Because that's why you want
Ox ain't getting a start. I don't care what anyone says on Twitter or Instagram. He ain't starting.
He should.
You think so?
I think he should. I think he should. Why not? Look at his stat line. Look at his goals and games played.
He doesn't have the ferocity.
He scored 4 goals.
He scored, yes, but this Sunday is not all about scoring. It's also about
You're
defending.
playing the top scoring offense in the league.
Yes, but the midfield I want is one who's going to control De Bruyne,
Amen.
De Bruyne, all these people.
Amen. Me too. That's why my midfield's locked. I'm talking about my starting strikers.
You need Firmino.
No.
Without Firmino, you don't have that crazy counter-attacking creativity that Firmino brings. So when City is pushing on us like crazy,
How many counterattacks have Firmino led? Has Firmino led this
million.
season? This season.
A million.
This season.
A million.
And led and capitalized.
led and capitalized.
You're crazy.
I'm just saying, he's the guy who gets that ball, flicks it, and you know what I'm saying?
No.
No,
No,
okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I want
Shall
Oxen
we
for Firmino.
agree to hate each other?
I already hate you.
Nice haircut, by the way.
Thanks, bro. I
like
did
it.
it to look like you.
I got to get a haircut. All right, let's go over these Champions League standings.
Let's just do who leads the league first and second place. We'll go through all the groups and look like.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
I can do it. I'll do this one. All right, so we're gonna go Group A through H, and we'll do first and second place and just their goal differentials, I guess, to see if there's a race in there for
Whatever you want. You're not letting me do it. So.
All right. Well,
I don't care.
all I know is that Liverpool, if we beat Napoli at home, we're qualified, which is awesome.
Yeah, qualified and most likely top of the league, top of the group.
Yeah. Well,
which is great.
PSG probably or top.
No, top of our group.
Our
Is what I'm
group. Oh,
saying.
we're
Yeah.
already top of the group. All right, so Group A.
For now.
Group A is led by PSG with 12 points. Real Madrid second at 7. Nobody's gonna beat them. That's crazy.
Club Brugge.
Nah, we're not talking about them.
Wow, Galatasaray.
They have
1 point?
1 point. They're a bad team.
What's their chant? What's their grandiose? Hey, hey, hey!
Didn't they?
Ooh, ha, ha.
Yeah. I think
What a
they
cool
drew.
chant.
I think they drew Real Madrid though.
Really?
I think so. I saw a
That's how
0-0.
they got their point.
That's how they drew Real Madrid.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Group B, Bayern Munich sitting at top. Tottenham right behind him. Good. Screw you, Hotspurs. You guys suck.
Hotspurs.
The Hotspurs.
The Hotspurs.
The Hotspurs. The career-ending Hotspurs. Yo, a couple years ago, I know you don't know anything about American football.
I don't.
But
I don't even want to know about it. Go ahead.
A team got in trouble for targeting. So targeting's when you have your defensive line
Yeah.
double up on a certain player and injure them and get them out of the season.
Yeah.
They got fined like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
That's what Tottenham does.
Do you know Son's red card got rescinded? They took it back. He got a yellow card initially for that challenge. Then
Realized that he broke his foot off. Then got a
they
red
gave him
card.
red. They rescinded that.
At the end of the game, or like
Well, later on, they
for
put
the-
it towards a board. Yep,
for the
and-
next game because he would have red carded
Of
off.
course.
Oh,
of
okay.
course.
No, he shouldn't have got it. It
He
wasn't
shouldn't
his
have.
fault. It wasn't his fault. I
It
know
was-
I'm giving him a hard time.
Yeah,
but it's not his fault.
It was a tackle, and it wasn't even the tackle that broke his ankle. It was the ground.
The tackle led to him
was just
falling, and another player kind of changed the way he fell.
It was an unfortunate accident.
But either way, it's still Tottenham's fault.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Group C, we have Man City sitting at 10, and then
Ugh.
Shakhtar Donetsk, Shakhtar Donetsk, sitting second place at 5, so there's no competition there. Juve and Atletico Madrid, they were drawn before. Remember, we read it a couple podcasts ago. They were drawn at
Okay,
7.
all right.
So Juve pulled ahead. They lead 10-7.
so Atletico must have drawn then. They got
And then
7
you got
points.
Locomotive, choo-choo, sitting in
and
third.
good old Bayer
Bayer
Aspirin.
Aspirin. Samata needs some for his headache.
Look, they got 3 points.
Samata could go to Bayer, get his headache taken care of. Group E, love to see it. We got the Reds.
The Reds.
9 points up in first. Napoli right behind him at 8. This game, Napoli and Anfield's huge. Big. Big game.
So Napoli have drawn 2 and they've won 2.
Yep.
We've won 3 and drawn and lost 1.
That's the point differential.
Interesting.
Because if we drew this game, which we lost against them.
And I'm sorry, when we play Napoli, it's at Anfield, right?
Yep. Yeah, we lost to Napoli away. This is the same thing that happened last year.
Yeah.
We lost to Napoli away 1-0. We won 2-0 at home.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think that's exactly like that.
Exactly. Something like that.
This year we lost 2-1? 2-0.
I don't remember.
I think it's 2-0.
Either way, if only we had internet out here.
Bringing back Napoli to Anfield for the last game, the group stages. A win secures it.
Yeah, a win secures it and most likely puts us at the top, right? I think it definitely puts us
a
at the
draw
top.
secures it too.
Does it? You sure about that?
Yep, 1-1 draw.
Yeah, Red Bulls
1-1
got
draw.
4 points.
It'd be 10.
Yeah,
It'd be
of
10
course.
points to 9 if it was a draw. So a draw or a win, Napoli at home. We haven't lost in 28 games at home.
How have we not secured it already?
Because if they beat us, they get 3 and we don't get a point.
Yeah, but we're still top 2. We got to be top 2.
I know, but if you're top 1,
I know.
Okay.
But we've already secured we're through to the semifinal.
We're through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ale.
Like I know that.
Napoli sucks.
So that's Group E. Liverpool lead right now. Currently, it's all on the home game at Anfield. Barcelona leads Group F with 8 points. Same situation with Dortmund, and I think they play too. That'd be a good game.
And I believe Barca just drew against Slavia.
They did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Slavia Praha.
All 4 teams in Group F drew this last one. Cool. And then Group G, you got RB Leipzig. They lead at 9. Lyon right behind them at 7. And then
Group G is the group of slumlords, or the group of not slumlords, the group of I don't know. The group of bums. The group of what's the word I'm looking for?
not good teams.
That's not funny though.
Not good teams. These are games right here. This is the Group H has been fun to watch.
How about that Chelsea game? Oh my goodness.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. But 2 red cards. 2
You didn't
red
watch
cards.
any of it?
No, I just saw the highlights.
Chelsea was
Ajax.
down.
Ajax.
Chelsea was down 3-1 to Ajax.
Yeah.
Came back second half and won or drew 5-5. 5-5.
You know,
4-4?
Ajax's stadium probably has the cleanest bathrooms, right? Cleanest toilets.
Why does it say they lost?
Ajax?
Oh, this is their last one right here.
Nothing. Okay.
This is their last one right here. I was wrong about the Barcelona thing. They didn't all draw. So Chelsea, Ajax, and Valencia are all tied at 7. And then you got little Lille down at the 1. Down little Lille.
Lyle just happy to be there.
A little Lille just chilling at the bottom of 1 point. But that's fun to watch. One more game. I don't know who plays. Chelsea just played Ajax. That means
We don't know. We don't have
it's either
internet.
Chelsea Valencia or Chelsea Lille. But that'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah. Yep. Real fun. Real fun.
Liverpool next Champions League game is home against Napoli.
Yep.
I don't know the date.
Yeah. Well, we got an international break coming after the City game. After the City game, and then
Sucks.
we're gonna be doing a podcast, which we'll announce soon, but not yet. It's for something new we're starting, something new that's going on. We can't talk about it yet.
Talk about it yet?
No, we can't talk about it yet. Still under
We're
wraps.
growing, y'all.
Still under wraps.
Under wraps.
But we're going to be doing a special podcast. It's not the Anfield Humidor.
Can we plug that podcast on our podcast, or are we not allowed to talk about it?
We can.
So once we film that podcast, and
Yeah,
release
we'll plug it.
We can talk about
Of
where
course.
we are, and then when we're on that podcast, we can talk about that podcast,
Of
our
course.
podcast on that podcast.
It's called cross promotion, people.
Love it, love it. Speaking of promotions, let's do some shout outs.
Yeah, all right. So in the last podcast, I did that solo, and I did 2 poems, and I asked for people to tell me which poem was better.
I agree with her.
Now, him. Now, this is interesting. What was my first poem? It was the better poem. It was the
I don't remember.
The first poem was my limerick, and it was a pretty well written limerick. I could find it right here, if you give me just 2 seconds. The limerick is all right. I'm just gonna read it real fast. This was the limerick. One Scotsman. You don't want me to read it?
No, read it. Keep going.
One Scotsman, one Senegalese, 4 legs, 4 arms, 4 testes, 1 white forehead, 1 black forehead, 2 goals which came off of these.
I love it.
So that was kind of a well-written poem, and I'm not going to read the other one, but so interestingly enough, this Instagram guy, at Hussein Nah. So his name is Hussein, and I guess his last name is Nah. So it's Husseinna. And he said, interestingly enough, the first poem definitely, and I take offense to the definitely.
That means your second poem was crap.
Exactly. He's saying the first poem definitely.
But he put a smiley face.
He did.
Punctuation's everything.
He did.
So he actually meant like the first poem, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I take a little offense to that.
That's different.
And then also we have one more person who chimed in on which poem was better. And I'm going to bring that up in 1 second. I finally kind of figured out how to work my phone here. And that was from Marius. And he said the Divock Origi poem was better.
I think
and he comments right. Annoying as Lyme's disease. That was one of the annoying as Lyme's disease makes the opposition look like undercooked paninis was the line. I thought you'd like that.
I agree with Hussein now.
Me too. I agree with him as well.
The first poem is just it's better.
The first poem was better. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. Thumbs up. Definitely. You got the new iPhone?
Yeah, I got the iPhone. Yeah. It's huge.
Compensate.
Yeah, I got to compensate for other things.
4 foot. 4 foot. How tall are you? Really? 5 foot?
I'm not compensating for the height. Okay.
No, I know, but the height alludes to other things.
Does it? I thought it was the hands and the feet.
Both small.
Hands and feet.
What size shoe are you?
Small hands, small feet.
Tell the podcast.
What size shoe? 7. Men's.
What size kid?
What's up?
Are you a kid shoe? Can you buy kid shoes?
No.
I think you can.
Women's.
You can buy women's shoes?
Let me tell you something about women's clothing and shoes. I started back when I was 17 years old. I started the men wearing women's pants fad.
It's still
I'm
not
just
a
letting
thing.
you know. I started
It was
that.
never a fad. Okay? Can you wear women's shoes?
Of course.
Like soccer cleats or something?
I can wear kids' shoes too.
What size kids?
Not the biggest one. The second to biggest one.
What size is that?
I don't know. It's like
you probably save money buying like soccer cleats.
You can. Like Sambas, Adidas Sambas. I could buy the kids, but I don't because I need to keep my dignity somehow.
You're so tiny.
I'm 5'4", everybody, not 4'10", like he says I am.
Oh.
All right, let's get into poetry in motion. Poetry in motion. Tra la 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 la. Brian's tiny. He's 5'4". His hands are tiny, but that doesn't matter.
Whoever says size doesn't matter is lying to you, bro.
Okay. We're going into the poems, and I think I'm going first, right?
You're going first. We're switching it up today.
All right.
So poetry in motion.
Explain it.
This is where we thought it was a good idea to start off a segment we could do every podcast, and we wanted it to be fun for us and entertaining. So we write poems about Liverpool players, Liverpool games.
Whatever we want.
And the style of poetry doesn't matter, which is important today. Okay. And yeah, so
are you doing a little bit of free verse? A little bit of
kinda.
A little bit of mumble rap? A little bit of what's the
mumble rap?
No, but what's the like that kind of style where they go up and rap? Is it free verse? It's free verse, I think. It's
free verse?
Yeah, it's where like, you know,
spoken word?
Spoken word
poetry?
But spoken word
where it's like there's like a chick with a tambourine and it's like
my father beat me when I was 5. I went to the beehive. I saw my mother. She was dead. That's the kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm saying they make it real and they kind of rhyme. They kind of don't rhyme. It's nonsense. Okay.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
So the last video that you posted on Instagram, or you just said like my mother's dead, my whatever. You or on YouTube, you made a clip about me doing something that was like controversial. You were like, "Can I post this video?" What did I do?
That was Instagram, I believe.
Do you remember what I did?
Yeah. Oh. Shots inside the box.
Oh yeah, I said shots inside the box. That's the name of my sex tape.
Yeah.
And you said, "Do you mind if I post a video about your shots inside the box innuendo?"
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I read that text and I was like, you were like, "I'm going to post a video about making fun of your dead parents." I don't know why. I have no idea. But you're like, because I saw like, "I'm going to post a video about blank. Is that okay?" So like, I guess my brain just kind of put in making fun of your, like you're an orphan.
Did you answer that?
Yes.
Thinking that?
Yes. I said, yeah, absolutely.
See, that's why this kid is cool. Because he said yes to me making fun of his dead parents, which is true. They both are dead.
Yeah, they're dead. But
They're
it's
dead.
okay. You can't do anything about it. This is sad. This just took right before the poetry segment, we're going to take this dark turn. But I thought that's what you read.
Country home, take me home to the place I belong. The orphanage. That was a wrong song to pick. I should have picked Cats in the Cradle with the Silver Spoon.
Why you got to sing that song?
Okay. All right.
But I don't know. Have you ever done that where you
Yeah,
read,
of course. All the time.
So like I was just reading it and for some reason my brain replaced words you said.
Yes.
And I just read it like it was normal.
I thought you were going to say your brain didn't see that, and you said yes to something you didn't want to happen.
No.
Like you
No,
didn't
no,
want
no,
me to post
no,
that.
you could have posted
I got
that.
you. I got
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good one. That was a good one. All right, so back to this poetry. Let's see how much time we're on. 51. We got
Average.
We got an average here, people.
7.5 inches.
All right, here's my poem. Bring it down. Bring it down. Well, let's wait till I find it, then we can bring it down. I found it. All right. And this is just not a limerick, it's just a poem. Here we go. Trent and Robbo passing the ball. Fullback to fullback, end to them all. Your relationship is growing, obviously. Do you hold each other's members while you're taking a wee? Scouser and Scotsman, a healthy rivalry. Boy Wonder and Watchman, ebony and ivory.
Ooh. You're getting good at these, bro.
You like that?
Yeah. You're getting really good at these.
Boy Wonder and Watchman. Boy Wonder is Trent.
What was the... How'd it go?
I'm doing it the whole thing
Read it again? I liked it.
Trent and Robbo passing the ball. Fullback to fullback, end to them all. Your relationship is growing, obviously. Do you hold each other's members while you're taking a wee? Scouser and Scotsman, a healthy rivalry. Boy Wonder and Watchman, ebony and ivory.
I like that poem. That's the best poem you've ever written.
You think so?
Yeah, that or Hendo's Pubes.
No, Hendo's Pubes is really good, but
Hendo's
I
Pubes
still
is
think
one
the
of the best
Alison Becker one is the winner.
Oh, the Woodpecker?
The Woodpecker.
The Woodpecker.
Yeah, because
That
that's
one's good.
very clever.
Yeah, you write good poems. Your poems, and you cheat a lot, but you do write.
I do cheat.
You use the rhyme
Rhyme
stuff.
zone.
Hate to spoiler alert.
No, if I need to
I
figure out a word to rhyme with, I look it up.
It's on your text messages. I texted it to you.
I got you. All right, we're looking through my phone once again. This is something we might need to
All right.
clean up. Go ahead.
I got to reread it. So
Want me to talk while you reread it?
no.
Okay.
So I write poems in a few minutes every episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do something different this episode.
Okay.
So poetry, right, is expressive. It's however you write it.
Yeah.
It can be rhyme schemes, different stuff.
It's subjective.
It could also be rap.
It can.
So I wrote a rap.
Okay.
I'm going to rap on this podcast.
All right.
And we're going to call this section the Anfield Humidor Rap. Oh. The Anfield Humidor Rap.
Wow. So it's almost plagiarism.
It's not
but
plagiarism.
It's not quite.
The Anfield Humidor Rap. That's what right here is.
I like it,
And it's
dude.
actually entertaining and you can understand it.
Do I need to? Do I? So you don't like the Anfield rap, do you?
No, I love the Anfield Rap. I just can't understand what you're saying, guys.
The Reds went round, chicken.
I played it for one of my employees.
Yeah.
And I go, can you understand what they're saying? Because they're talking about this game. He goes, no.
Yeah, that's I tell you what. That's a tough accent to at least for Americans to understand. Do I need to beatbox or something behind this?
I feel like if you do it, it just ruined the video.
Let me start the beatbox.
Can I do it first
Okay.
and then try it with a beatbox after I get my cadence down?
Listen. Do the poem, and then no talking. I'm going to start the beatbox.
I'm going to rap.
And then you're going to do it again.
I'm going to rap. All right, let's do it. All right. Long balls and long balls are one and the same. When you kick a ball with long balls, your nuts are in pain. You got... I'm sorry. You got tiny dudes like Robbo and Jordy. Wait, oh man. Then you got tiny dudes like Robbo and Jordy. One is our captain, the other's a Scottish shorty. When they kick long balls, they feel no shame, because when they kick long balls, we win the game.
Oh,
Boom, boom, psh, psh, boom, psh. Long balls and long balls are one and the same. When you kick a ball with long balls, your nuts are in pain. You got tiny dudes like Robbo and Jordy. One's our captain, the other Scottish shorty. When they kick long balls, they feel no shame, because when they kick long balls, we win the game. Word. Can we drop these mics, or are they too expensive?
too expensive, everybody. Oh, that dude. High five. I love it.
The Anfield Humidor Rap.
The end. Goodbye, everybody. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a different.
We had to switch it up.
I loved it.
We had to switch it up. We can't die. Still
can't.
water grows bacteria, bro. We got to change. You know what I mean? Still water grows bacteria. Always running water.
That's right. Oh, that was good stuff. Oh.
End on that.
I love when I look at you and we look at each other like I got nothing.
I mean,
you got something.
What are we doing this weekend? Let's talk about what we're doing this weekend.
We should have plugged that in the beginning.
We can.
Nah, we can't.
We can. We'll post it
I
on
can't
the
edit.
episode title.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. So take it away. What are we doing?
We are heading over to Carragher's.
When?
So we got the game this Sunday at 12 o'clock?
12:30? It's either 11:30 or 12:30.
We're going to get to New York City in the morning.
Yeah.
We're going to get some food and chill. But we'll be at Carragher's Bar, New York City, at probably 2 hours before the game.
Yeah, 9 or 10, yep.
Watch Liverpool Man City game.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some interviews outside of Carragher's, maybe some halftime interviews, trying to get some video content.
Hey, we're going to bring the GoPro and see what happens. We might do some pre-match interviews, something funny. We'll come up with something funny.
If any of you are going to that and want to reach out to our social media platforms, we're responsive on all of them. We answer messages on Instagram, YouTube.
It doesn't matter.
But
anything.
Anything you want to send us an email, theanfieldhumidor@gmail.com. If you bring a poem written about a Liverpool game or a player, if you bring one of our poems, two things will happen. You're going to get a feature read on the next episode, the next podcast that we record about the Man City game, and I'm going to buy you a drink.
Ooh.
So if you guys bring a poem.
Wait, what do you mean bring a poem?
Write a poem.
Oh, they have to write it because you just said
and
bring
read
a
it to
poem
us.
that we've written. No.
No.
They had to write one.
Bring their own poems.
Yes.
No, you can't plagiarize.
No,
We don't plagiarize.
that's what you just said, though.
Bring a poem about Liverpool or a Liverpool player, anything Reds related, and I will buy you a drink and you'll get a feature on this podcast.
And if 2 people do it, then I'll buy the second drink. If 3 people do it, you'll buy the third. If 4,
we're gonna leave the bar.
No. If 4, I'll buy the fourth.
Okay.
If 5, you're
split
buying
it.
your own drinks. We split the fifth
split
one.
the fifth.
The sixth one just gets read on the podcast.
But we'll be there. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Gonna be a lot of fun.
And that's it.
That's it, guys.
That's our episode.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see you at Carragher's. If not, we'll see you at the next podcast. Good luck. Good luck.
Adios.
Adios. Adios.
Adios. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Prego.